All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel today. I appreciate it very much. I'm out here on a small local lake today and I'm going to be doing some fishing. It's really windy. Hopefully I'll get a good spinnerbait bite going on. We're in the fall transition right now, so the fish are kind of scattered out, kind of chasing shad, doing a little bit of everything. But I think spinnerbait and topwater is probably going to dominate this afternoon, maybe even the chatterbait. So we're going to go ahead and climb up front, see if we can catch them. Might do a little explaining about some fall transitions, you know, how to fish fall transition and chase bass during the fall. Might do that as well, so stick with me. Let's see if we can catch a big one. All right, we're going to start off with the spinnerbait. On this point, should be able to catch one. Got the chatterbait as well and the old Popper Z tied on. Like I said, the wind's really bad, but hopefully this wind muff I got on here helps out with it. These fish were up on this point good the other day, and I'm pretty sure the shad have pushed up into the backs of the pockets as well. These fish will follow the shad, you know, kind of as we get into the fall and the main lake starts to cool and the back of the pockets are warmer. The shad migrate into the backs of the pockets, and of course the bass follow them back there as well. Kind of, you know, same deal in the spring. You know, wherever you catch bass in the spring, you're most likely going to catch them there in the fall as well. Those shad seek out the warmest water they can possibly find. I just wanted to hit this point first, and the fish might be moved back into this pocket as well. I'm not going to be able to see any shad coming up top popping with this wind blowing the way it is. Last time I was here, the fish were ultra shallow. Caught them on topwater. But they'll get all out in the middle of these pockets. See, shad will go out and suspend in the middle of these pockets in the middle of the day, and the bass will just get up under them, and they can get really hard to catch when they get like that. But every once in a while you can get old straggler come up, done got excited from the shad up above them or whatever, and they'll come up and, you know, come up and bite, but they can get tough. All right, so fish will get back here. The back of this pocket is like a big flat, just a great big flat. And the shad will push up in the back of this pocket, and the fish will push up behind them as well. So they can be all out here in the middle, and they'll do the same thing in the spring. So I'm gonna cast out here in the middle. We're gonna see if we can get one to eat this spinnerbait. Did have a pike come up after it and got one bite off a piece of wood a little teeny bit earlier, but only been fishing a few minutes. But they'll get back here in the middle of these pockets and just kind of suspend and roam around. And you know, there's pads back here in the middle of the summertime too, and they have kind of gone away. So, and like back here is only 5 foot deep. So we'll see if we can call one up on this. If not, we'll move on into another shallow pocket where I believe some fish should be. Just gonna kind of fan cast around, see if we can pick one up. Oh, just got bit. Just got bit right then. Yep, just got bit. And jump over here to the other side. All right, let's try right here. Look at the deer right there. I don't know if y'all can see them deer right there. Doe and a small fawn. Pretty cool. Let's see, what in the heck do we need to throw? Let's pick up this darn popper again. All right, so we pulled up to this new spot, and I'm gonna fish it with the popper. This pocket we're going to go into is typically a good pocket spring and fall. The shad tend to group up in here and get pushed up in here. And the way the wind is blowing, It should have them pushed up in here pretty good, but I don't know, with these conditions and the way the fish are biting, it might still be pretty tough. All right, well, that didn't pan out, so let's pick the old spinnerbait back up. And we're gonna put a Kitech trailer on here. I'm gonna put a little Kitech on here. So here on this side, 3.5 inch. And we're gonna see if we can get us a fish. This is a 4 inch actually. Oh, there's one. Finally. There we go. That's a nice bass. Come here. Yep. Talking to my wife. Good luck, Charm. Got a good one. Oh, chunk. Okay. I'll lay by. There's an old chunk right there. Talking to my wife. Hadn't caught a fish in I don't know how long. It's 5:30. Got 2 bites on a spinnerbait. Had missed both of them when I came into this pocket right here. And ended up catching this nice chunk. Kind of hit it right at the boat. And he freaking nailed it. Pretty one. Get back in there, bud. Bad darn time. The old spinnerbait. This is at War Eagle. This is 3/8 ounce War Eagle right here. And I have that Kitech, you know, 3.5, well, was 4 inch, but I pulled the head off of it. But so probably about 3.5 inch little swim bait on it. And darn it, got bit. Good. Maybe that's the beginning. Maybe I should have just been throwing the darn spinnerbait the whole time. Oh, that's got bit. Oh my gosh, got bit again. Yep, they're in here. We have found the shad. Been looking for the shad all day long, or all afternoon, and finally found them. This pocket is just loaded with shad. They're coming up, popping all around the boat, everywhere. Good deal. All right, so we're gonna catch some more. We're gonna catch some more fish. I think we might break the, I was gonna say we might break the popper out. There's a nice bass. I thought, oh, there's some, oh, he just come off. Darn it. Just saying we might break the darn popper out. It was a 2 pound plus bass, just come up and ate this thing and jumped off. Darn it. Well, he come off. Kind of got in the edge of the pads there a little bit. That was a nice fish. Let's try the darn popper. We got to try the popper. I know darn well they're biting the spinnerbait, but we got to get that darn popper going. I think it's been all about location. I think we get where all these shad are, we can get this popper bite going. Yep, there's one. There's a good one too. There's a good one too. Push back in the back. He ain't quite as big as I thought he was. Get in here. Oh, he's a chunk though. Oh, chunker. Nice fish. Kind of a crooked fish there. Nice one though. Thank you, bud. On the old popper. What'd I tell y'all? If I could get that darn popper bite going. Back here, finally found some shad. There's a good bite. That fish come completely out of the water. That was sweet. That fish came out of the water. That's a nice one too, but most of them that I'm getting with that back hook right in the very bottom of the jaw, just like this one. Had him good enough though, but that's a solid chunker too. I mean, that's a solid fish. There we go. Just smashed it out there in front of them pads. Nice little chunk. Just goes to show you can just go from catching absolutely nothing to just catching them pretty quick. I mean, it's 5:54, and I think I caught that first fish at 5:30. And these fish now are aggressively hitting this popper. And it's all about location. You have to find where the bait is. And a lot of times that's why in the fall, especially in a big lake, you got to do a lot of running around, a lot of moving around just to find that magical school of fish that's feeding. You know, you can go all day and it could just absolutely suck. And then you just get to the right spot and then you win the tournament or you load the boat. I mean, it happens. It happens. I'm not that lucky, so it don't happen for me often, but it does happen. I got bit right here earlier on the spinnerbait. There's one, small one, little teeny one. I was gonna say I got bit right there on the spinnerbait earlier. That's a little teeny one. That is a little teeny guy. There we go. I'm back in there. Let's pick up that darn chatterbait. Let's pick up that chatterbait and let's put a Ki-Tac on the back of it. See if we can get us one. That should look good coming through the water. That should get smoked. That should get freaking smoked. There we go. That's a good one. That's a nice one right there. That's a nice one on the old chatterbait. I got him kind of in the corner of the mouth. I was ripping it. Nice one. This first bite on the chatterbait, I was kind of ripping it out of the grass. Get in here. Ooh, there we go. Every fish I've caught has been hooked right in the bottom lip. He won't coming off, but that's a good one. It's a good bass right there. Close to 3 pounds. Old chunk. Get on out here, buddy. Thank you for biting. All right, the old chatterbait, old jackhammer. Sweet. All right, we're gonna throw this popper up on this shoreline. This is where I caught him so good. Last time I had Lee with me was on this shoreline right here. So hopefully we can catch a few more and then put this bad boy on the trailer. See if we can get a few. It's a big one. No, he's not as big as I thought he was. My God, he crushed that thing when he bit it. Oh, he ate it pretty good. Yeah, I thought that fish was a doggone big one when he bit it. I'm not even gonna take a chance with him with the old pliers. All right. That fish crushed it. I mean, he crushed it. Thank you, bud. Not very big, but I'll take him. That was a good bite. That was one of the better bites I've had. He come from the side and smoked it. He was kind of right off the edge of them pads right there. So fish definitely had pulled up on this flat after the sun had kind of went down. Not necessarily went down, but had got lower in the sky. So we're approaching darkness now, and we've missed a couple fish, caught one, missed one really good fish. relating to the bottom of a treetop. It just shows that, you know, kind of how they do. They'll sit out, you know, sit off a ledge or in the channel in the middle of the day, and then in the afternoon or first thing in the morning, they'll be pulled up shallow. Much more catchable that way. When they pull out deep and they get suspended, they can get incredibly hard to catch unless you just get that school fired up. That's a big one. That's a big one. Yep. Oh, God, he just come off. Why in the world did he just come off? Oh my God, that was a freaking good one. I mean, that was a freaking 3.5 pounder. Not real sure what I got going on. My hooks are good. He hit it so aggressive. I think a lot of times they actually blow it away from him when they hit it that hard. Well, that's gonna be it. Beautiful afternoon, beautiful sunset. Didn't catch them as good as I was hoping, but darn, I could have had a couple good ones and I lost them suckers. That's all right, had a good time. All right, so as y'all can see, the fall transition is not an easy time of the year to fish. The fish are so spread out in so many different patterns. You have some fish that are shallow, some that are still deep, some that are keying completely on shad, and then some that, you know, are foraging on crawls and brim or whatever. But in the fall, if you have shad in a lake, shad is key. If you can find those shad, you can find the bass, but you have to catch them most of the time first thing in the morning or late in the evening as the sun is going down, because during the day, the shad push out into the deeper water, the school of bass, they go out with them and they move around all out there. And then, you know, in the afternoon, they gravitate back up to shallow water. The shad push up to the surface, make the bass a lot more vulnerable and easier to catch. You know, just because you're on a smaller body of water does not mean things are easy. But what you know, the same things apply to a larger body of water. You know, being back in a creek, finding warmer water, finding the shad, you'll find the bass. So you did end up catching some fish. Didn't kill them like I was hoping. Did lose the biggest fish that I hung. The last two were really nice fish and I lost them. But, you know, you can't always kill them. I caught some pretty nice fish, so I'm happy with that. And it was bright, sunny bluebird skies that made it even more difficult. So not complaining one bit. So if you would, hit that subscribe button. I hope you liked what you saw, and I'll see you next time on Gunfish TV.